Hello, everyone. Welcome. Today is Thursday, June 2nd, 2022. I am Solid Blue Sister, and this is My Turn to Talk. Welcome, Michael. You're number one today, and Frankie almost made it. You're number two. Welcome back, Betty Dab, number three, and Brina, number four. And once again, Brina, thank you so much for your gift yesterday. Everything seems to get lost in the chat, and there was a lot going on in yesterday's show. So again, thank you. English, Hilo. Welcome back. And to anyone who pops over on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, welcome to YouTube. Lou Rock, welcome. You changed your name back. Yeah, I'm getting confused. You guys changing your name. Welcome. Hey. Oh boy. Ninja Bunny, hey girl, welcome. Okay, so I'm going to stop the music and I'm going to get started. Okay, so today, GP Man, welcome back. Today I want to talk about, was I not being clear? Why do you have to repeat things over and over to some people? When you give matter-of-fact answers to people, why can't they get it? Now, I am a matter-of-fact person, just in case y'all haven't figured that out yet. I'm very matter-of-fact. If you guys want to tell me something, don't beat around the bush, just say it. I don't like playing the, what do you think it is? Or what, just tell me. And I'm going to tell you. And when I say things, welcome Bob and welcome BFYI, and when I say things, I try to be as matter of fact as possible, because I try, even though it does sometimes, because I know sometimes I'm trying to explain myself on here, and I know sometimes I'm like, that's why I always say, did I, explain that right, whatever. But I try, for some things where I'm adamant about something, I try to make myself very, very clear. So if you ask me a question and I say yes, the answer is yes. Don't come back and say, are you sure? Now, there are times that I have said to some people, are you sure? Because I want them to be sure of something, a transaction that they're doing. To give you an example, there was a friend who wanted to make a trade with me. It was a very simple trade. I trade things all the time with people, depending upon what it is. But I had this fake house plant. I had two. And it was, it was nothing big, whatever. But, she had always liked those plants. And I was not using them anymore. I had stored them away. And she knew that. And she wanted those plants. On the other hand, she had this outdoor table that I liked. And she only had it for just probably about a month. I still have that table. And she said, well, I'll make a trade with you. I'll give you this table. Now, again, this table is an iron wrought table with the chairs, everything. Really nice, solid table. And she says, well, I'll trade you the table for those two plants. Now, the plants, they were like, 6 feet, 7 feet tall, whatever. So a friend of mine, because of where she lived, I needed to have someone take me out there to carry this stuff back. So a friend of mine, she had a truck, and we went out there. And I kept saying to my girlfriend when I got there, I kept saying, "Are you sure? Are you sure you want to trade this?" Because the way I saw it was I was getting the better deal. And she kept saying, "Yes, yes." And I said, "Are you sure?" And she said, "I said yes." I said, "Oh, okay. I'm just, trying to make sure." And the reason why I kept saying, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?" Because I knew that it, in my mind at least, it was a bad trade. It was a bad trade on her part. And I wanted to give her a chance to back out. And my girlfriend who brought me out there, she wasn't saying anything. So when we finally loaded everything up and we got back in the truck and we're on the freeway, my girlfriend starts laughing. She says, that she got gypped. And I said, "Well, no, I won't say gypped because I kept giving her a chance to, back out, but she was adamant." Well, that evening I got a phone call and she wanted the table back and she was going to give me the plants back. And I said, "Well, what happened?" She says, "Well, my husband got pissed." And I said, "Well, I'm sorry, you made the trade. And I kept asking you over and over and over, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? And you said yes, 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 yes. And the last yes, it was very adamant. So I'm sorry, And I said, and I have a witness." Needless to say, she got pissed. Her husband got pissed, but that's what it was. But usually when you say things to people, it's like, do you have to repeat things over and over and over? What welcome, Mr. B, and what welcome, Grid. So that's what I want to know. How many times do you have to repeat to someone for them to get it? Or if you keep asking them a question, is it so they can possibly back out? Or if they just keep asking you a question, you keep saying no, 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 yes, 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 then at what point should you just let it be? So those are my questions. And I know that we can probably say that children are usually the ones that do that, but I find that it's a lot of adults who usually you have to repeat things over and over. So Brina, I see you're laughing. Are you laughing at the story or you're laughing at something else somebody said? I'm trying to go into these comments now. Okay. Okay. Lurock says I changed my name depending on what show I'm on. Lurock, I'm getting old. I can't keep up. And Frankie said, "Okay, I think you meant hi, Brina, and not Brian." I think Brina knows that. Oh, okay. You always giving greetings to each other. Da, da, da. Okay. Okay. So, Heike, when you say I don't say that, what are you not saying? Okay. And I hope everyone is good. Okay. Okay, Lurock says, yes, you definitely got the better deal. So, okay, so Lurock, let me ask this. Do you think because I thought I was nice by asking her over and over, was she sure? Because I could have just gone in there and said, "Okay, let's take the trade," and that's it. But when I went back and I saw when we were going to pick up the table and I saw the table up close, I was like, this is, and I know how much she spent on that table. And like I said, I still have that table and it's sitting out in my back. I'm using it practically every day, so, and I know I got the better deal. So, you know, um, should I not have said anything? Or was I being nice by saying something at all? Let's see. At that point, yes, Ninja, at that point, the deal is done. No takebacks. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Mr. B says 25, 20. Oops. I did. Sorry. Okay. It's a game show. Let's make a deal. It's a game show. Sounds like you gave her enough time and opportunity to realize she was making a bad deal. And you know what, Brina, when my son was younger, um, we would barter. He would want to do something, and I would say, okay, well, what are you going to give me if I let you do this? And he would think, and he would think, and he would think, and he would just say, I mean, he was little. He would just say things, and I would say to him, "Are you sure you want to do that?" I said, "Are you sure you want to give this up only so you can do this?" I said, "Because if you give it to me, I'm not giving it back." Or it would be something where I would say, "Okay, if you give this up, I'm gonna keep it for a week or keep it for 2 weeks or something." And I knew if it was something that he really liked. One time he offered to give up his this drawing pad that he had with all of his drawings, and he was going to give me all of his different pencils and charcoal and stuff that he was using. And I knew that he really wanted that, but he really wanted to um, buy a particular item at the store. He wanted this toy. And I kept asking him, I said, "Do you really want this toy?" Because I don't think he really wanted it. I think he wanted it because one of his friends had it. And my son never really played with toys. All he did was draw. Like now, all he does is draw. So I kept asking him, "Are you sure?" I said, "Why don't you think about it?" "No, no, no, mom, no, mommy, no, mommy. Really, and this is, I really want that. I really want that." I said, "Okay, if you give it to me, I'm going to keep it for a whole week. Are you sure?" And he said, "Yeah." So we went and we bought the toy. And the reason why I did it because I knew it was a toy that he didn't want, and I knew it was because one of his friends had it, and it was this little truck thing, And my son never played with trucks. We bought him all these toys, and he never played with any of that stuff. So he played with it for about 2 hours. Then it was, it was put back on the shelf. And he goes, "Mom, can we take this back to the store? I don't want it." He says, "Can I have my pencils and paper and everything back?" And I said, "Well, no, you said that this is what you want. We went to the store and we bought this." I said, "So I get a chance to keep your pencils and everything for a week." And he looked at me, and then his lips started to quiver and the eyes got watery, whatever. And I said, "Well, when you know, do things like this with people, you have to make sure this is what you really want." I said, "Did you really want this toy? Or was it because so and so had it?" "Well, yeah." Then finally he said it was because one of his little friends had it, whatever. So I said, "No." I said, "I think I'm going to keep it." In my head, I had already known he did not want that toy. I knew I was going to take it back, and I knew I was going to give him his paper and things back, but I gave it back to him the next day. So, it's good to barter. Um, And let's see, Lou Rock says, "Well, you knew the deal wasn't fair and told her, and she was still agreed to take it back." Now, I didn't tell her the deal wasn't fair. I just asked her, I asked my girlfriend, was she sure? Was she sure? I knew that it was a lopsided deal, and I knew I was getting the better deal. But as an adult, it was on her. So, but anyway, my son got his stuff back the next day, and he was happy. We went back to the store or whatever. But after that, whenever I would ask him, "Are you sure?" Because he was saying, "Well, Mom, he would say, do you want to barter?" And I'll say, "Well, what do you have? What do you want?" And after that, he turned into a damn good barterer. So. All right, so Brina says, "My son is 12 and already borrowing scooter for a video game, football boards for a water gun." Yep, yep. I'm telling you, Brina. Yep, yep. Uh, so football cards. Okay. Um, let's see. Uh, okay, so all right. So does anybody want to come up and tell me? Do you think that I'm wrong? Do you think that when you tell people things, that if you're being clear, that they should get it, and you don't have to repeat? Because I don't like repeating myself over and over. After a while, it gets old, and my frustration starts to come out, and people know, and people who know me know when my frustration is coming out. So, Mr. B, welcome.
Howdy. Also, the person is hard of hearing. That means you won't tell them again. Is that what you're saying? I'm just trying to. understand.
No, I know when I say was I not being clear, I mean if if you ask me, um, Solid, do you want to go to the baseball game on Saturday? And I say no, I don't want to go. And then you say, oh, but it's going to be a lot of fun. No, I don't want to go. But you really should go because so and so is going to be there, and so and so, and we're then after that we are going to go here. No, Mr. B, I don't want to go. That's what I mean.
You don't want to go where?
To the baseball game. If you were to ask me if I were going to go to a
Huh? Why,
baseball game,
why, why don't you want to go?
I
I
said
thought we were
no.
friends.
I said no. I don't
Huh.
want to go.
All right. I get you.
So I
Yeah,
mean,
I do with
yeah.
my daughter too. I ask my daughter something and she says yes to everything almost real quickly. And I know she's not listening, so I just ask her silly questions.
So okay, but don't you think it's different between children and adults?
Uh, Depends. I guess it can, but she's a teenager, so I
Okay,
am trying to teach her to pay attention. Like, be careful what you say. Be careful what you agree to.
okay.
So when I ask her to do something, when I ask something crazy, I know she can do it, but I know she don't want to do it, but she says yes anyway. But she's not listening. Then I ask her like, "What did I say?" She repeats it. Then she says, "Oh, yeah, it's too late. You agree to it."
But do you have to repeat things to people? So
Oh,
is
where I
it
work at, yeah, I do customer service, and it's very aggravating. Here's one thing: a person called me, asking me for different questions and stuff, and I answered everything over and over again. And I asked them, do you need, do you need anything else? They said no, so they hung up. And the kid you not, they called me back within 10 minutes, asking me all these questions like they know understand nothing. So this is what I said. I said, well, I don't want to tell you something you already know. So could you just tell me what do you remember? And she told me everything I already said to her. And then I said, oh, so do you have any other questions? No. Oh, okay. You have a good day.
I mean, and it just gets frustrating because then if people start asking you things in a different way, like they'll ask the same question in a different way, and it's
Hmm.
like the answer is no or the answer is yes. I've already answered you, so just accept the question or just accept the answer and move on.
Well, I'm a comedian at heart, so I have fun. Yeah, I can't do it at work, but when I do it with my friends or somebody I don't really know, oh yeah, I have fun. I just start asking silly questions, and then they're like, "Oh, yeah, oh." So I don't get mad. I just have fun with it.
Okay,
Usually they catch on like, "Oh, yep."
okay, all right.
Or
Now,
sometimes you get a good deal, like you at the table. You say, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?" All right, whatever. I'll take it. That's on them.
and that's how I saw it. Because when she, I mean, because it was interesting because when she asked me, for those plants, I would have just given them to her, but then she says, well, we can do a trade, and as soon as she said that, I'm going to take her up on it. What do you want? I told her what I wanted. you know and
She seems like she has a lot of practice in trading.
Well, I think she probably, well, that and the fact that I think that she really heard it from her husband, because those, and the funny thing about it is those particular plants that I got, I I will go to a yard sale in a minute, and I actually got those from a yard sale, and I think I spent maybe for both of them maybe $10.
How much was the table, you
The
think?
table, no, I know how much the table was because she had her eye on that table for some time, and I the table was the table cost about for $400.
Oh, oh,
So
hold on. Well, I got in late, so I'm gonna just ask a question real quick. So she said she wanted the plants, and you gave it to her free, but she said, no, I
No, no,
want to
no, no. I
be
said I
fair.
would have given them to her free,
Oh,
but then
you would
she
have.
said, "I'll make a trade," and I said, "Okay." Now you can say I took advantage of her, but at the same time, if you had come to me and said, "Well, Solid, I'll make a trade," I'll give you these plants for that table, I'm going to tell you, hell no. You better come up with something else, or I'm just
Well,
not. No.
are y'all good friends, or just somebody you just kind of know?
I mean, we're friends,
Okay. No, that's all. I'm
but
not
I
jumping in
mean,
that
no,
boat.
no. I
I'm not
mean,
jumping in that. I was
no,
just asking.
no. Hold on, and I'm gonna come back to that real quick. I just want to read what Ninja Bunny says. Ninja Bunny says, "I think you're right for not giving the table back. You gave her the opportunity to say no, and she still accepted the deal. That's it. Deal closed. All purchases are final." So this is where I come in. When you're telling people something, well, telling people or asking a question over and over and over, where you want to make sure um, that they're clear on what the transaction is. And
Mhm.
when I asked her when we were on the phone. So then when we got to her house, and my other girlfriend who drove me there in her truck, she's just sitting there, and when she saw the table, she nudged me. She goes, "This is the table?" I said, "Yep." And she said, "She's gonna give you this table?" I said, "Yep." And when we were I brought the plants in, and I said, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure?" "Yes."
Was she
"Are you sure?"
awake?
Just saying. I'm just saying. So, and we have bartered other things back and forth before. I love plants and what have you. So when I buy these the containers for the plant, I don't buy the plastic ones. I'll buy really heavy ones or whatever. And she had these
Mhm.
really nice heavy urn like whatever, and we did a barter and trade, for stuff like that. But
Yeah.
so we always traded. So again, like I said, I must have asked her about 7 times. I kid you not. So when after we
Probably.
packed everything up in the truck and tied everything down, and we're on the freeway, my girlfriend said, "I can't believe that she did that." And he said, that you got a good deal." I said, "I know." So,
So by you saying, "Are you sure?" you was really speaking code like, "Are you crazy? Are you
well,
crazy?"
you can take it however you want to, because
Okay.
my whole thing was, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?" And if you say yes, and it's like, "I said yes," "Oh, okay, all right, I'm gonna shut up, and we're gonna pack this stuff up, and I'm going to be on my merry way. Have a
Right.
nice day." But apparently, her husband didn't think so, because she ended up calling me, and she wanted everything back. I was like, no, mm-mm.
Yeah, she just counted as a loss.
So, but
Well, hopefully she enjoy those plants.
well, that was probably about 6 years ago, and like I said, I still have this table, so
Well,
okay.
you didn't say y'all still friends and that. You just said still at the table.
We still speak.
Yeah, you didn't say friend. You said speak. Oh,
We
I.
we 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 still speak,
Mhm,
and
mhm,
actually, we still speak, but
mhm. It's
I
turned
mean,
to a counseling session.
well, I mean, and I've had, situations with other friends where we've gone back and forth, and we've bartered whatever, and it's I'm when I barter with people, even if I am, at the yard sale or whatever, and someone will say, "Well, this table, whatever, will cost, 10 to
Hello
$10."
everyone, how are you?
And I'll say, "Can you, give it to me for 6?" And they may come back and say, "Well, no, I'll give it to you for 8." And I'll say 7. It's like, that's just, what I do. Then when we agree on a price, I always say, "So, all right, so are you sure?" Yes. Okay. So
Yeah, mad at you. That's the way you shake hands. Like, are you sure? All right, let's make it a deal. All right,
okay, and we made
gotcha.
the deal. Let's make a deal, and the deal was made. You chose door number one. You should have chose door number two. So
Right.
so
I say no receipt, no return. That's what I say.
so. All right. So let me see. Taz. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to tell me how to pronounce your name. I am sorry. Did you have something you wanted to add? Hello.
How are you, everybody?
Hello. Hello. I am good. Did you want to add something?
Actually, today first attend your class.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that, please?
Actually, today I first hear your speaking, and I enjoy this class very much.
I'm sorry. I didn't understand that.
Actually, I enjoy your talking.
You're enjoying the topic. Okay. Thank you. Thank you
Where
very
you
much.
come? Where you come from?
From the U.S.
What's your name, man?
Yeah, I'm in the U.S.
Actually, I come from Bangladesh.
Okay. All right. Well, did you want to add anything about the topic? Did you want to add anything about what we're talking about?
No, I hear talking with my English. Improve my English. You are good speaking. You are good speaker.
All right. Well, I'm going to. If you don't have anything else to add, I'm going to read some of the chat. Okay. So I'm going to mute you, and I'm going to read some of the chat. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Okay, so Lurock says, I remember I traded a Barry Bonds rookie card for a bicycle when I was a kid. In the short term, I had the better deal. In the long run, he got the better deal. That is true. That is true. I remember uh, baseball cards. Um, no backsies, Boss says. That's right. No backsies. Okay, so I'm still coming back to my original question, though, is why do you have to repeat some things over and over to some people? Why, why, why for some people do you have to repeat things over and over?
I think part of it is sometimes people don't listen. Even me sometimes. I just act like I'm listening, but am I really listening? Not always.
But is it a listening thing or is it the fact that they're just not getting it?
Mm,
Because okay, Mr. B, let me ask this. If you if I keep saying you ask me the question one way, no. You ask me the question another way, no. You ask me the question the other way, no. And and you keep asking me the same question in a different way, and I keep giving you the same answer. Is it that they're not getting it, or that they're just trying to get you to change your answer?
well, yeah, I see your point now. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I guess sometimes I feel like they're not caring sometimes.
Okay, all right. So let me move on to Mr. Ba. Ba ba ba. Ba ba black sheep, have you eaten wool? Never said I
How
knew
are
how
you
to
tonight?
sing. So how are you, Ba?
I'm good. I'm good. Um, so tonight's topic, there are multiple reasons, in my opinion. One of them could be they're chancers. You know, they're chancing their luck in hope that you change your mind. Um, Sometimes also, if you're like me, you don't take information in and remember it, so you have to be told multiple times.
In the same
And
conversation, though.
maybe not this. Well, I don't
I
know.
mean,
Maybe
I mean,
you
this is
don't
what
know how aloof I am.
I mean, come on.
I can be told a shopping list and then go to walk out the door to go get it, and I'll be like, "What was that again?" So sometimes, just I mean, it can be innocent. I know there are probably two types of people. There's ones who are gonna like I put in the chat earlier. The squeaky wheel gets
Gets
the
the
grease.
grease.
I
Yeah,
don't know if you know.
yeah, yes, I saw
So
that.
like the analogy you were using, like, do you want to go to was it a ball game or something you
Right.
used? And they were like, let's go. And you're like, no, no, let's go. Come on, let's go. It's like they want you to enjoy yourself. Maybe you're just not in the mood, and that person's just trying to see if you'll change your mind. It could be in an innocent way, but I do get it can be annoying. One thing that bugged me was, when someone's like got food and they're like, "Oh, try this, it's so good," and you're like, "No, I don't want to put it in my mouth. I'm not into that food. Or maybe I'm just it does," and they just keep going and going. But it's innocent on their behalf. They're just wanting you to enjoy the food, but you're just not, and it ends up a lot of the time it gets like rude, where you have to say, look, please stop, and then they're offended. So there are a few examples of this. So yeah.
Okay, so Lurock says most people don't listen. And again, you know, again, I say, is it a listening thing, or is it the fact that if this, it's not like you asked me something and I said yes on Monday, then you came back on Wednesday, you said yes. We're talking about we're in the same conversation. So,
I'm bad for that, and I think a lot of it's down to, I'm not making excuses, but like, see, like, there's a lot of people with ADHD, and I don't have that, but I do probably have some elements of it, and I think a lot of people are affected by this. And we just had a show the other night there on social media and phones. I think that's a huge uh, distraction, especially if you're on your phone while someone's giving you instructions, and then you lift your head and you're like, "Sorry, what was that again?" And I think that alone has affected us all with our ability to withheld information. And I'm definitely a victim of that. I would say that's why, my wife can be telling me something and I'm listening, but I'm not really listening. And I hope she's not listening right now. But that's why it's like we zone out, even though we feel like we're in the conversation, we're maybe in our heads. So it is something that needs to be addressed. Yeah.
okay, all right.
That's called a husband ears. I have it too. All husbands get it sometimes.
No,
We're
I'm not.
working on it.
I'm not talking about husband ears. I'm just talking about people who just don't get it. Ninja Buddy says there's a girl online who traded up from a single bobby pin to a house, not in one shot. It was a process, but it was crazy. And Brina says, yes, I heard that. That was wild. Can't say I didn't think of a way to do that myself. And Chill, welcome.
Hey everybody,
Or should I
what's
say, well,
happening?
welcome back. Welcome back.
Right. What's happening, y'all? So this is ironic because I just went through this last night with the person on the phone, and that's one of my main issues of disrespect.
Oh,
It's
boy.
a very disrespectful thing if I tell you no, but you think you're gonna keep on going in different ways um, to try to convince me either why. Like when this comes, some things are tongue in cheek, like what the boss said, there's just food involved. Like I do that to people a lot personally. Um, if I know something is very good, and this person like, nah, I don't like coconut. I'm like, bro, it's not even like just try it. Just for me, try it and tell me what you think. If you just, I know you're gonna double down and say no, fine. I just want you to try it. And a lot of times, typically when I say that, people are like, oh, it ain't as bad as I think. So, for instance, I was in New Orleans and they have the greatest place, Loretta's. There's a whole bunch of fellas, 13 fellas, bachelor party, bachelor group, and It's a sweet potato cookie they have in the French Quarter that they sell Loretta's, and I bought a whole box of them, about 13 of them, and they're huge cookies too. And so I'm passing them around the table, and there's about people like, I can't, I don't like sweet potato. One guy says, yeah, it tastes like sweet potato, I like it. Then I give it to two other guys, they're like, oh shit, this is awesome. And so that always prompts me to at least just, I'm not asking the world, just try it. If it's that under that narrative, that's fine. It's perfectly fine. But when we have a serious conversation and you ask me something blatantly and I tell you no in reference to something, and then when you get a no, you're like, you ask me a different way, then you ask me a different way. And then when you don't get your answer and you don't like it, you start to kind of like jab at me or make me feel guilty. um, that's how you know that they're assholes. Like they're just they're selfish in some ways. I feel like that's a sign of selfishness. You don't know how to just take no for an answer. Then this person is spoiled as well, and so there can be a sign of that they don't like being told no. They could be spoiled. They're adamant for some odd reason. But if you typically, when you know the person, you know the kind of uh, the nature is coming. You know them enough to where like if they're just being tongue in
But
cheek or
Chill, do
not.
you think that there are some people who just don't get it? I mean,
Uh,
who just
I
for whatever reason, they'll just keep asking over and over and over until finally, if you're rude or you snap or you know, get nasty or whatever, then they're like, okay, 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 But I mean, eh,
I ain't that they don't get it. Nuh-uh. I'm not talking to nobody that's slow. I don't think. For me, I'm not. No, it's not. Now, if I'm talking to somebody that's a child, yeah, a
no,
child I can.
I'm talking
But
about
if I'm talking to a
an
grown up,
adult.
no,
Yes.
no, they get it. They get it. They get it. If I had to, because especially me, like I'll reiterate something. I like listen. I no matter how much you tell, ask me in 8 different ways, the answer is still going to be no, because they know the question they're asking. They know what they're trying to get to. So you told me you're completely coherent until it comes to listening to no. No, it's there's on purpose, and they're doing it on purpose, and then it's just, and at that point, if it, depending on what the subject matter is about, it can be very disrespectful, and it can be very, because it can be a sensitive subject, and what you could be insinuating is that either something's wrong with me, that I can't understand what you're saying, and sometimes if people could be in disbelief though, like if it's for a good cause or something like like a you know to hey let's donate to the Cleveland Boys Foundation. And I say no. They're like, what? Are you sure you want to help the kids? And they make you feel good. Oh, football is not going to work this year unless they get wage enough money. And I'm like, okay, no. They know they're being adamant about it because they maybe have a cause behind it. They may have the altruistic like you know motive to go and save something, and you know that too. But even then, it can be disrespectful because if I say no, I say no. I don't need you to, I mean, and I had to tell them that, you know what, then I had to break it down. Now, 50% of the money that you're asking for doesn't even go to the cause. Actually, 65%. I'm going to show you the book. There's the website. This is a shitty foundation to donate to because only maybe, in some cases, like, some cases, like the Red Cross or something like that, it's 30% of the actual money goes to the actual cause. That's why I said no. Now I got to explain this to you. Who are you to explain this to? You know what I'm saying? So that's sometimes when it becomes combative. So sometimes it just when people say no, let it say no, depending on the situation.
Well, it's interesting because Lou Reich says I'm definitely a pushy person, but I'm a salesman. And when it comes to salesmen, I mean, it's like you ask me one time, if I say no or yes, then that's what it is. And I will literally shut a salesperson down. I will say, do not ask me again. I said no. And when I
Mm.
say that, they're usually taken aback because they're not used to people doing that. But where I understand what you're saying, Will, but where I find it disrespectful when people, it just, for me mostly, it just gets on my nerve when I answer a question with yes or no, and usually if you're answering with a one word answer like yes or no, to me that's a very definitive answer. It's not like you're saying, oh well, okay, well maybe. I mean, it's like if you're saying yes or no, it is a definitive. It is a definitive answer. Now, when you have people who, and I've had people ask me this, you know, um, I had one guy consistently ask me, "Would you like a beer? No. Would you like a beer? No. Would you like a beer? No." And he looked at me. He goes, "Why don't you want a beer?" And I said, "Because I said no." And then, one of my girlfriends came over and she said, she doesn't drink beer. I don't drink beer. But why should I have to say I don't drink beer? I said no. And at the same time, I think that when you're asking a question for someone like, would you like a drink? And someone says, no, no, thank you. Would you like a drink? No, thank you. Would you like a drink? No, thank you. That person could be a recovering um, alcoholic, but you're constantly asking them. Welcome, Kun Bella. So again, it's like for some people, I don't know if it's necessarily disrespect. I think some people just really don't get the fact that you're telling them yes or no, and you're being very definitive about it. But for whatever reason, they keep asking, asking, and asking. And for whatever reason, they will ask the same question in a different way, thinking they're going to get a different answer, but you've already answered them.
Well, if they enlighten me, like if they're, of course, I would think that if I'm a salesman, there's difference in their scenarios. Like I said, if this is your person that you know, is different. They know you, they know how you are, they should know. And the fact that they don't know you, they know you for I don't know how many years, and they don't know you. I mean, that's a problem in itself, especially if they're like
But
your
even
significant
if
other.
they don't know you, if you've given a definitive answer, then that's the answer.
No, but that's not a good salesman, though. I'm not doing my job. So that's when your personal, whatever your personal rules are combative with their livelihood. So that you're never going to win that one. So I can understand that. I wouldn't be as mad as that because the person doesn't know me. I can, and a lot of times, if you're a good salesman, you're coming up with. You're not just going to ask the same question 80, or present the same thing 80 million times, and I mean just in a different way. You're going to give new, hey, what kind of cable you got? Those guys in Walmart. Well, you can say 50%, for the next 3 months, or and plus, you know what, oh, you like sports, you got the sports package that's gonna get for free too. You know what I'm saying? So that's being a good salesman. You're presenting new and maybe eventful, or just like just new information that I can positive. That's good being a good salesman. And sometimes I'm not mad if they say it once, or once or twice. I'm just to be a little bit persistent. I wouldn't be mad at that, especially if they don't know you. If it's a sale, you expect that. But when you're actually in a conversation with someone like that, and especially if it's a real conversation, and then this person is adamant about just getting their way, they don't like to be told no. I mean, you can know that. So it's different realms, I guess, in which you can have. And some people just don't respect boundaries, right? There is a thing, such thing as boundaries. Like you said, it could be alcoholic, and something like that in the bar. That could be a thing. And I learned that myself the hard way. And sometimes the people just use that as well. They'll say that, well, I'm a recovering alcoholic, just so you can, which is horrible that they got to do that. But drunk folks, you can't expect them to be rational when they're asking you to have a drink. Come on, like it's just like you can't. So you got to think about the situation at hand. And typically, I get offended most when people that they know me, or should know me, that they approach me that way. And then if I know them, if I have a problem with you being selfish or being spoiled or being not respecting boundaries already, this would be a sign of that, and I would get pissed.
Okay. All right. All right. So, what do you say to those people? I mean, and this is, and Mr. B and Ba, if you guys want to chime in here too. I mean, what do you say to those people? Because those people, I get frustrated. I get frustrated. I get frustrated because I don't like repeating myself when I have already given you the answer, especially when I say if it's a definitive answer and the answer is no, or the answer is yes. I think I mentioned on the show one time that someone went and bought tickets, to go someplace. They spent a lot of money on them. They didn't ask me. And I said, no, I don't want to go. Number one, I didn't want to go. And number two, I was doing something else on that particular day. And they got mad. they were giving me all these different reasons why I should go, and the main one was the fact that they spent all this money on these tickets. Well, you didn't ask me. Number one, that was dumb on your part. I'm not going to make you feel better and then go offer them to someone else. So, I just think that when you give a very definitive answer for something, you're being very clear. If your kid comes up to you and says, "Can I have a cookie?" You say no. The answer is no. But of course they're going to come back and they're going to probably ask you another way or say why, whatever. Or, if you're, if a salesperson is trying to sell you something, and you tell them no, but you have those people who will stay and listen, and they'll, well, okay, well, I can give you this and I can do this for you. And people are like, well, when I say no and people approach me, especially if it's a salesperson, if I don't want to deal with it, I walk away. So that way I don't have to hear you. And me walking away is a definitive answer. So again, matter of fact answers. Why can't matter of fact answers get through to people? I mean,
I can tell you your initial question, what do? Like you walk away or I hang up. And that's what was the problem. That was the conversation about last night. Me hanging up on their ass or walking away or just because after I've had this conversation and they think there's something wrong with me. So you blatantly you coaxed me into this conversation that I told you I didn't want to have. I gave you an answer. You get mad at me and start taking dabs at me, and I just walk away. Just walk away and get it. And they say like, "Oh, you don't care." What? So, I mean, that's what you do. I just walk away. At that point, I don't care because this is ridiculousness. But yeah, that's what I would do. Just either ignore it, walk away, or just shut it down somehow. You might get cursed out to some degree. I typically, depending on who it is, I don't do that. But certain people, I would definitely do that because that's what they deserve at that point.
So when people are asking the same question over and over, what is their end game? And when I say that, I mean, is it that they just want to change your answer, or do you think that they just want the satisfaction of knowing that they got you to change your answer?
You need to figure out if they're trying to rile you up or not. First of all, that's me because they know me and they're doing it. That means that they know that I say what I mean. When I give a definitive answer, typically I don't say no. I don't know. 80% of the time I'm gonna say I don't know something, especially if I don't know. And 20% I'm gonna give a definitive answer, which is pretty unwaverable. And if they're doing it on purpose, and they're trying to rile you up. So I'm like so don't let me fall into that. If they're not, I feel like all right, well then something else going on, and so I need to shut that down. But I typically try to do it reasonably as possible. But I all this has to be on purpose for me in my brain because I'm giving you the hey, is this about to happen? So we're about to do this thing again. Like I'm along the way, I'm narrating your actions, and so you keep moving forward. You keep moving forward. Oh, this is yeah. So whatever you get after this is you deserve it.
Okay. Brina says, I'm rude after a point. I roll my eyes and say, I'm done speaking to you now. And Mr. B, I know you wanted to say something. So what did you want to add?
I just want to add that when you're talking to people like that, or anyone, you really are giving them time. And, so you can't take it back. So after a while, I'll be like, all right, you're wasting my time. I'm done. Because you can't get 5 minutes back.
True. So one thing I don't do is I don't hang up on people. I've never, I take that back. I have hung up on someone before, years and years and years and years and years ago. But I don't hang up on people. What I will say is I will say, I'm hanging up now. This conversation's over. Or even if I'm walking away, I'm like, if someone approaches me on the street or whatever, salesperson, whatever, I'm not interested. No, and no, thank you, and I'm walking away. So it's like I've said the no, thank you, whatever. But I still come back to I know y'all tired of me coming back to this, but and maybe it's just my personality, because when people tell me no, I'm like, okay, because I look at it where I'm not going to beg you. I'm not going to beg you. Oh, come on, please. Oh, chill. Come on, please. Oh, come on. What don't you? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. If you've
Now think
told,
about it.
if
Now
you
think about
seriously, if you've told me no, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm moving on, because there's always something else that I could do. You know, but you do have those people who will just, oh, please, oh, come on, oh, or even if you say yes to something, it's like they keep, you've already answered them, but then they still got to keep going. You got the answer you wanted. Can you shut up now? Can we move on? So I don't know, but that's just that's just it just bugs me. Lurak says you can get shut down by people in many ways. Yes. What kind of cookie was it? Oh boy. And don't offer me cookies, because I'm not a cookie person. Not anymore. That's still hanging up. Okay, so you're saying when you chill, are you referring to me when I said walking away is hanging up?
yeah, that's still hanging up. And whenever you just because you told somebody you're gonna punch them in the face, don't necessarily mean that you're not. I mean, it's the same thing. Like, all right, you're gonna say, "Hey, I'm about to hang up on you. I'm about to." You still hanging up on their ass. Like
But no,
you
but if I
stopping the
no,
conversation.
no, because if I'm telling you I'm hanging, if you call me and we're going back and forth, and I say chill, I'm hanging up now, and I hang up, hang up on
I don't
someone, to
think it's
me
no.
it's just like just click, and you don't even know that it's coming. I'm telling you
Well,
that I'm
well, hanging up is when it's not mutual. That's I would definitely disagree. When it's not, and if somebody's still adamant and they want to have a conversation, and you stopping the conversation like I'm hanging up, click. That's pretty much still hanging up on a person. Yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm giving you that 2-second notice. I'm sorry. I'm already
That may
telling you.
make you feel better about yourself, but that person on the other line is still pretty pissed off that you stopped the conversation. They didn't agree to this. They didn't agree.
Okay, so let me answer this. Lou Rock says persistency pays off. Welcome to Saturday Night Smoke. Persistency pays off. So, what do you guys think about that? I mean, do you think that you could be so persistent? Okay, Lou Rock also says hanging up on someone is perfectly fine. So, persistency pays off. Do you think you could be so persistent that it could backfire, or somebody may just turn around and slap you, or how, I mean, persistency, I don't know, to me persistency pays off with the gullible. That's how I see it.
It's sometimes persistency should play. Oh, go ahead, Bob.
Bob, you want to say something?
No, carry on, carry on.
Oh, okay. Lurox says slap me. We fight.
Yeah, but sometimes persistency can be like it's a real thin line because I do not like a person that just can't be swayed on anything. Like that is bothersome. Like that means you're to the point where you don't listen to logic. And I'm thinking to myself, it's the difference between being really uh bullheaded and and definitive in your approach to a point to where you're just like, all right, no, 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 no. But then there's other times where you may have to listen because if a person knows you're not a listener, that may be the reason why they're being persistent because you don't listen well or you don't take in information. You're just listening to them say wah 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 wah, and so it really has a so like I said, it's different variations of why a person can be this way because hey, like you're not hearing me, and then it's the worst to have a person like that in your life. Something happens in the future, and you be like, well, I tried to tell you. I know you didn't. No, you didn't. Oh man. So you gotta be careful of that. That person has to be careful of that. Just don't be just shutting people down just because of baby. Like it happens with information. So I don't know. Like Donald Trump can be giving us some great information right now, and some people just like Donald Trump. I'm not listening. Is that, it's just because it's who the
Well, I
messenger
mean, well,
is, right?
I'm not talking
I'm
about
not
the
trying to get
no,
political.
no, no,
I'm
no,
just
no.
saying
I'm
like
not talking
it could
about
be.
the not listening thing. I'm just saying that people who do listen. Well, hold on. Let me stop for a moment. Hello to Grid, Baby Cakes, and Moha over on Facebook.
What's up,
Um,
everybody?
so,
Everybody, what's up?
so and I know you all see my expressions on my face and everything, but hey.
Yeah, they tell me too. Tell me, come on, Grid. I know you can get in the pie bean too. Let her know. Let me know if she making some smart damn faces because I'm gonna make them right back where she can't see me.
But seriously though, but when you, I mean, again, I just think that are people really that obtuse where they just truly don't get it, or like you said, they know what they're doing.
Of course, they know what they're doing. I just think they know what they're doing. Especially, me. If I do it, I definitely know what I'm doing because I may know you, and I know how you may want to shut stuff down. But I'm like, listen to me. I want you to open up for me. I don't even ask much of you ever. I'm really easy in everything I do. I'm so low maintenance, and so when it comes to, I don't ask nobody for nothing. So I'm coming to you. It's probably going for a reason. Think about that. I know it's something you may not typically do, but I'm pretty sure this you may either like this or it's going to be beneficial. And for you just to say no, that's when the illogical comes out for me, and I just like I don't like to deal with that person on a close basis. But it's like, man, oh, just don't. And I'll say, just don't come back later on telling me how right I am, because I don't get no kicks out of being right. I get kicks out of you taking heed in the moment and you know what I'm saying, listening to me. So yeah.
Well, again, I still say that, when you're telling someone something, you're giving them the same answer over and over and over, then to me, you walk away. Because, if they've said the same, if you've gotten the same answer, and I think three times is too much, but if you got the same answer at least three times, why are you still talking? I mean, it's like, to me, it's a waste of your time too, because I mean, there are some people whose minds you will never that you will never change. You just won't for whatever reason. So if you're going to say something over and over and over in a different way, whatever, just to get that person to change their mind, if the answer is no or the answer is yes, then that's it. Walk away.
I mean, to be honest, that's fine with me. I'm acceptable. Like I'm really acceptable of people like that because I just like to show them how what they're missing. That's when I'm like, I'm not gonna say shit. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna show them so they can. And that's the worst face when they somebody say no, just to say no because they bullheaded, just because they or just say no because they wouldn't listen to you because they said no, like, and then watch people, whatever that is, come to fruition or have a benefits to everybody else while they sitting over there on their hands, looking with the boo boo face, like, yeah, I've tried to tell you, and you need to sometimes at least for to use some discretion with it, because I know several people like that. It doesn't matter; they're gonna say no. Like if you try to sell something to them, it don't even make a difference. They're gonna say no. Like damn, what? Come on, bro, I'll buy it. Here, you know what I'm saying? Or I do this. Here, come here, because you never know. I think if you're not listening, that's a problem. Like if you just don't want to listen at all. If you listen, that's fine. But some people just don't say no because, and I know so many people like that. I think the older like I become like that too. So that could be a thing. So I don't know.
So would you say the older you get, the less patience you have?
Absolutely. I mean that's easy. That's easy because you kind of know, like you feel like you've been here before. You know how this story goes. You've seen it a million times. It's not even like less patience. It's just like it's more vision in some cases, right? If you see a if you're a cute 50-year-old woman, she look like she's 30. You see a young strapper coming, 28-year-old man. Hey, what's happening? Hey, you see you done been through this then you half your age. So you probably like, oh, this little tenderoni, I know what he out for. I ain't thinking about it. You don't know if he might be your greatest husband. Or maybe it might be 1 in 100 chance that he might be the greatest husband of all time and whatever. But that ain't what you're looking for. So it ain't really lack of patience. It's just it's you got to kind of like a crystal ball to say, you know what, this ain't he ain't about nothing but for one thing and for fun, and that's not what I'm about. So I don't know. I mean, you can call that lack of patience, but that could be more so foresight, I believe.
Okay, I just want to interrupt and read what Grit says. Wish you guys could see what I'm seeing. I'm at the most southern point of New Zealand. Beautiful views.
Who is there?
Grit.
Grit,
Oh, Grit, are
okay.
you watching me on Facebook? Oh, thank you. Or I'm sorry, on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you.
That's the
Thank you.
most southern point of New Zealand. Is it like terrainy? Is it tell them you can't just you're supposed to just
Okay,
describe
Grit.
the stuff.
Okay, Grit. You heard what Jill said. You just can't say it. You have to come out and say exactly what are you seeing.
It was a link or something. It was
He's
it
coming
was a
up. Uh,
Did Salad say oink oink?
did I say salad? Say oink oink? No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did. You said
I
something about
I most
Facebook.
certainly
Then he said YouTube, and he said oink oink. I was like, what is going on here?
Facebook, YouTube, oink oink. I'm sorry you lost me on that one.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, I wasn't
No, I'm sorry.
listening.
See, you weren't
Sorry,
listening.
Trill, I
Oh,
wasn't
See.
listening.
the daddy ears. Okay, got you with
Oh,
them.
okay, and Dina Jones says you feel not listened to, disrespected. I just feel like you just answer, and some people you have to repeat stuff over and over and over, and it's like it's just a waste of my time. So okay, so Grit, you want to tell everyone what you are seeing since you put it out there?
Hey everyone, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you, brother.
It's a bit windy here, but yes, I'm standing next to a signboard that says I'm about 4,800 k's away from New York. That's not too bad. I could do that in a couple of days.
Telling where now?
So at this point here, they've got road signs pointing in each direction of destinations, and there's some to the equator, there's some to New York, Sydney, and that all gives you the amount of kilometers to that country. So I'm about
Oh,
just under 5,000 k's to New York.
So what are you looking at? So when you say the views, what is the view?
So I'm currently on this little walkway that you can walk along the coastline. So it's a beautiful little walkway with you got the sea like 3 meters next to you. Um, there's some nice ocean views here with some nice rock beaches. Um, yeah, and just stunning scenery.
Okay. All right.
oh, one question. So you said 3 meters, which equates to like maybe like I don't know yards and yards, maybe 4 yards, because we're Americans and we just gotta do that, right? We gotta.
We
Um,
are the only country that has refused to go to the metric
right.
system.
So that's pretty close. I have a question though. Is there a Starbucks anywhere around there?
Not where I am. There's a huge glass
Oh,
coffee shop, which I'm probably going to grab on the
oh,
way out.
yeah. Any hot chicks? Any hot chicks available to see?
I will let you know once I'm inside.
Yes, yes. You should Instagram. I know we probably follow each other on Instagram or something, so that'd be awesome to see some Instagram pictures of the four. Is an actual road from New Zealand that goes all the way to New York. That's really great to know that they could just drive to New Zealand and it's five
No, no,
Yep,
thousand
yep,
kilometers
yep.
from
Chill.
here.
there's lots of order.
I'll
There's lots
put
of
you
order.
I'll put Chill in the car and just hit the
Just,
the accelerator. Just go. Okay, I'm going to get back to some of these comments. Lou Rock says, as a salesman, they always say no, but I'm so persistent that they don't know I'm going to try every time to make a sell. And Tuttle says, I have no tolerance for dumb shit anymore. Or I'm sorry, 10,000%. I have no tolerance for dumb shit anymore. Okay. Mr. B is saying happy birthday. Not saying sure who you're saying happy birthday to, but whose ever birthday it is, happy birthday.
Oh, it's my birthday.
Oh,
My
and
birthday's
then
on the
Doss,
5th.
so Doss says to Grit, so in other words, he's lost. Some people just need to Mac chill. Let's see. And Grit is laughing. Okay. So, I mean, y'all got me off a little bit for this, for our nature hike for a moment here. Michael Key, welcome, welcome. So, again, when Lou Rock says, as a salesman, they always say no, but I'm persistent and they know I'm going to try every time to make a sale. So, Lou Rock, I say to you and to everyone else who may be a salesperson or who do not like dealing with salespeople, at what point is persistency? Is it too much? At what point does that person need to go somewhere and sit down? Because for me, it's when I tell you no the first time. And I'm waiting
Well,
for. Go ahead, Joe.
yeah, I don't know if the fellas is ready, but I know. The point is, for a salesman, is never. Like I said, this is called context. For a salesman, it's almost never, unless you feel like they're just getting belligerent and they're like, really, you're bothering me at this point. But for the most part, I mean, if it's been like I said, if I know you're a person that just says no and they really mean no, I might double up and try to double down and try to say no, then I walk away. When it starts to get kind of like disruptive or violent, or you know, person feels some kind of way. That's sometimes the need, but sometimes that's the need that we need to go further, because just because conflict comes along, don't necessarily mean it doesn't need to be had. So it's just really taking the picking your poison. I mean, I feel like, have you ever been in situations where somebody's persistent in something they're asking, and then it comes to bite you in the butt later on?
Hold on.
That's happened to me. I know it has happened to me. That's a what happens when you do or you don't listen. You tell a person no, and then it just that situation is biting you in the butt.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
That's the
So, at what
worst.
point does
I hate when people be like,
that
I told you,
persistence?
hate it.
Can you guys hear? Hello.
Silent, you muted yourself without muting yourself? That's amazing. No, I can't hear you at all. Mm, this is the music break. All right, this is the halftime music break. Bye 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 bye. You know what a fool with me? Just another game in the game or two. Might sound crazy, but it ain't no lie. Bye bye bye.
What's going on?
Right, right. Solid
I can hear you, Joe.
has some technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. We went to the music break. So
Oh,
if you're
okay.
gonna sing in sync with me, feel free. Bye bye bye.
Can you hear me now?
No, you doing good, bro.
Can you hear me now?
You doing
All by
good, Will.
myself. Uh,
The one band man show. You good?
I did. I don't know the moves. I can't hear you.
Can
Can't
you
hear
hear
you
me
now.
now?
Are we in control of Solid Show right now?
I guess so until she comes back. Oh Lord.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I
Hear
asked
me
the question. She
though.
Hang
might
on,
have been
guys.
answering.
One at a time.
Sure.
One at a time. Mute yourself,
Oh,
please.
you're right. You're right. You look.
It finally happened and men took over her show. Oh no.
Yeah, we're the professional non-taskmasters.
Oh, she
When
said I
Silas
hear
not
y'all
around.
laughing at me. I hear you but can't hear me.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know what's
She's
going on,
mute.
Silas, because yeah, I don't know what's going on. You must have got a. Did you get a phone call or something that might have disrupted something? One says, "I'm not laughing. He was gonna get in trouble, bro. You can't leave us hanging here." Now he did try to administer some type of disciplinary code. He tried to make sure it was still intact.
You know
I
what? I
give him a
think she
solid
hung up
heads
on
up, guys.
us. I think
Hello?
she hung up on us. That's what I think.
Yes, Audible, they are laughing with you, but they can't hear you laughing either. And Taylor says, "Now you're feeling my pain."
I think Salad
Yes.
Blue hung up on us. That's what she did.
Yeah. Next topic for tomorrow's show: hemorrhoids. Uh, experience. Right. I don't know. I'm just talking. That's not. That's just me. That's my topic.
For real?
Yes, my
Hemorrhoids?
mic is not working. I hear the men talking. Right. That's you left us up here. It's a sausage party. I don't appreciate it. Believe me.
What
Is
the
Solid
heck?
just hung up on us without telling us, like she said she doesn't do?
Right. She walked away. She walked away.
Uh, she got upset with the topic, so I had it
F
done.
you, Bob.
she she heard that. She heard that. Oh man, that's awesome. Chill Will should list the upcoming topics for female orgasm, myth or fantasy. Oh,
Oh
that is the
no.
upcoming topic. Oh, see, I don't want to spoil that show.
Well, no
But
got
Sweet
time
Willie,
for
I
that.
don't think Sweet Willie had no problems with that, ladies.
Oh.
I'm not gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole.
We
Well, you
need
got to come to that
what's her
show.
name? Christine? Is it? What's her name?
Was it Christi? Was Christina?
Kristen. Kristen.
Kristen? Kristen? Or yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. We got to be the intermission comedy act because you hung up on us, solid.
But I
Uh,
think after a while, if you keep on talking to somebody and they just keep on, you know, not listening or just not changing, I let it go. I'm like, all right,
so how many people in
I'm
your
gone.
life are like that? Let's do that poll. We can keep it on track. How how many people you think in your life are like that? You have a lot of people in your life like that.
20.
So basically, your whole your
Precise.
your whole immediate family is.
I did.
How about you, boy?
I had to let them go.
Can you
I
hear me
mean,
now?
I don't know. I think the only thing that springs to my mind is when people like, like with food or going out for a boys' night out to the pub. It's like they can persist for
Okay,
so
I am
long,
going
but
to end this
Yeah.
on
ultimately you've got
Facebook
to make
and
yourself clear.
YouTube.
And sometimes it could be you that's not making. See if you give them the slightest
Okay, so
chance
you
that
can
you
hear
might
me
change your mind,
on
they
YouTube.
could
You can
keep
hear me on
going and
here.
going.
Okay,
So
but you
I
can't.
don't know. Just be clear. Say, look, I'm not changing my mind. I've said my
Okay, so
answer now.
y'all can hear
Change
me
the
on YouTube,
subject.
but you can't hear me on
So
Podbean.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay,
Go ahead. Be great.
So when those
Greg,
people
could
start talking
you
to me,
tell them that you can hear me
they
on
say hello,
on
and I say goodbye
Greg? Can you tell them that you can hear me on YouTube, but they
because
can't hear
I'm
me on
done.
Okay.
Podbean? I
But
don't
go
know
Okay, I
ahead.
why.
got you, including family members.
Absolutely.
Got you, got you. Let's see, but that's where it makes me mad because I feel like you know me, and if you don't know me, are you forgetting
Hey
who I
guys,
am?
chill.
Yes,
So
sir. Go ahead.
Solar can hear everyone on YouTube, but not on Podbean.
Yeah, I don't know. Is she using what is it called? Not an Android, but a iPad. It's iPad. Probably using an iPad or
Uh,
something. MacBook. Yep, knew it. Knew it. I knew it. Yeah,
She need to get
should
an
be on
apple.
it. Yeah, it. MacBook. One of those.
Okay, I don't know what is going on here.
Oh, she never used a
So,
mobile for the show. Gotcha. Well, I don't know what's going on. I think you might have got a. I don't know. You know what? Podbean has been acting like super funny lately. Like it's been a
yeah.
couple of shows that I've been in that just went blank, and then they're still been live. I'm like,
okay,
what's
can
going
you
on?
all hear me now?
I had
So,
issues last night on Solid Show where it was I was unmuted, but I was talking away and no one could hear me. And then I would jump out, reconnect my Bluetooth, jump back in, and still the same.
mm, this is horrible. Someone needs to email Podbean
Yeah,
services right now on Silent Blue's behalf.
yeah. And also make your email clear. Make it clear to them.
Yes. Don't ask them the same questions 3 times.
Yeah.
You
Don't
might
take
have
no
to
for an
because it might not
answer.
understand it.
Right. Well, I'm not getting on all that, bro. You
Okay,
by
can you
like
all
you
hear
let
me
me hang,
now?
you gonna pay yourself on that one.
So what do we do? Do we go over to YouTube and continue the show there in this chat?
Well,
Or?
until I think we're
Understand
still
what's going on
continuing
with
the show.
this.
It's on YouTube. She just can't hear us. And
Yeah,
you
she
know.
could type in Will's taking over and we'd just be the sidekicks, I guess.
She just accepted
Yeah.
me, so she's obviously listening.
YouTube.
Yeah. What up, Mike? Big dog.
Solid. Do you have any questions to keep the show going? You could type in the chat for us to kind of answer for you. Will can be the honorary admin.
I think we're gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna be the honorary admin. We're just gonna ignore it, unless you ask 3 different ways. We're not gonna follow.
Well,
it.
first of all,
you guys.
Michael Key, what's your thoughts on the topic since you're new to the show?
Okay, so you can hear me
I have
on
no
YouTube.
idea what you guys are talking
Okay.
about. What was the conversation?
I don't understand why I
it's
can't
like,
get it on.
yeah, when you ask someone continuously, like, let's go out tonight. No, let's go out tonight. Come on. No, I've said my answer. No. Like, how do you feel about that situation? Do you know, when people ask you continuously and you don't want to do something, does it bug you, or do you think that they, you know?
Well, I work in sales, and I have my whole career.
This is perfect.
But look, there's a time and a place, because I know how annoying it is, and you know, you have to be pushy, but you have to recognize when to be pushy and when not to be pushy. You know, and that's what sets I think a lot of people in sales apart.
So what about besides sales though? Like what do you think that I think one of Silas' main questions was basically, does the person know that they're being hyper annoying or they're doing it on purpose? When does that one of those, teeter as the same or different or
Yeah, and it's all circumstantial. I mean, I will say the good thing about me, pretty much having my entire professional career in sales is I've learned great tricks to use in my personal life as well, right? It's one thing to pester, it's another to follow up or just kind of be in someone's ear, but not in an annoying way, right? Like there's a way to go about it. I mean, if you're planning a trip with your friends and they're like, I don't know, right? You just got to keep, bringing it up every once in a while, right? Not just every time you see him and only talking about that. Like there's a time and a place, and so it can't get annoying. And
what about in the same conversation? Like if we're having like this one, like me and you, and I ask you, hey Mike, can you send me $1 million? And you would say no. And I say, well, Mike, I'm really struggling here, man. I heard you got $1 million. How about it? And you said no. And I just keep on asking you.
well, you see, but you got to ask, and that's certain. It's about how you go about it, right? I mean, if we're gonna get into like a sales role here, I mean, you could say, hey, now I got to think about how you would ask someone for $1 million.
Well, man, no, we're just buddy to buddy.
Yeah, but there's ways to go about it, right?
Different.
I mean, yeah, it's one thing to keep asking. It's one thing to keep asking, like, hey, can I get $1 million? Can I get $1 million? Can I get $1 million? It's another thing to ask, get an answer, and then ask questions to find out why they don't want to.
By your hearing
Now,
double
once they
because
tell you
you
why
have
they
them
don't
both
want
on.
to,
You have to turn one of them
then
down.
just leave it at
You can't
that,
be on
unless
both.
there's something that you can be on the fence for, right? But
Dina, can you hear me over here?
I think it's fine if you ask why. I don't see an issue with asking why. Sometimes you won't always get the why, and if they don't want to tell you why, then that's fine too. But
going back and forth with so.
This is a hard conversation because I'm trying to separate like personal and
them because we can still hear them on Pod.
Yeah.
If you're working, especially sometimes, I mean, hell, that's your money, right? That's your
right livelihood.
Yeah,
that was mentioned as well earlier. Yeah,
but
because you got the person that feels like they're coming in and they just want to be bothered, but then you have a job to do, at the same time. So,
but it does mix because like with my job, I have clients that are some of my best friends. And that's where you have to be really careful, because you want to push. And if you're doing something that they need, then you need to, express that importance. Like with me, I work in financial planning. So if it's something that will value them and it's something that's important, then you can push it, but you don't want to push it too hard, because you don't want to push them away to where they think every time they talk to you, it's going to be about that instead of other stuff that friends would talk about. So you don't, I think some people get annoyed with that. And I don't know. I'm the kind of person, if you say no, like if we're friends and you tell me no, I don't want to do something, I'd be like, well, why not? Like, what's the, is there something bothering you? What is there something I can do to explain it better, to make it better, whatever? And if they say they don't want to do it, they don't want to do it. That's fine, and I just leave it. But I don't know.
Yeah, because
Okay,
you're
Danny.
right though. It when work is, and that was my thing. I was saying that, like, if it was at work or something like that, that's different. It's your job to tell the people to tell you no to convince them. So in that right, I would think if I'm that person that's being approached, I wouldn't be mad. But if it's my personal life and they know me, like I was saying earlier, that I feel some kind of way. If I ask Mike, I know you probably don't have it, or I keep on asking for some money you don't have, and you would have the right to get mad at me because you're like, damn, I don't got the money, bro. And and then sometimes you can feel insulted, right? Because I'm like, well, damn, if I could help you, I would. And so you're still asking me as if like I wouldn't help you if I had it. And so that could be insulting on your part. Like, damn, you keep asking me, I would help you if I could. So
See, but I
and
think
that's when
it's all comes down to, though, because when you're just, hey, can I get $1,000, right? Like, I got a friend, he calls me up, one of my best friends that we talk every day, but he'll call me up and he'll out of nowhere just be like, hey, man, can I get like 1,500? And I'll laugh at him, but it's like he's just doing it to joke around, but if he really needed it, some people I would do unconditionally for, but like other people, well, why do you need the money? Where's this money going to be used, right? Like what's going on here? And so I think there is a discussion, and if you, part of the problem is both parties, right? I mean, if someone asks for something, but the other party isn't curious on why and doesn't discuss why, then you're at risk of that person to keep asking you, honestly.
hold on, they said, well, that you're right, that is absolutely right. But they said we're fired on YouTube. How many people on YouTube? So all three people on YouTube. You know what? Forget all three of y'all on YouTube right now. I don't like your attitudes. Fire me.
Could I put a little spin on it? Maybe you guys have spoke about this, because at the start of the show I was kind of in and out, but I think the person doing the asking a lot is the one that's getting a lot of hate tonight. And they're in the wrong. But what about, like, I can only imagine, like, in some situations, the person being asking and asking, maybe they feel that they know better, and in some cases I think they probably do. Like, let's say there's someone that's depressed and the person's like, come on, let's go out a walk tonight, it'll do you good. And the person that's depressed is like, no, it's okay, I want to stay in my room and be depressed. And you're like, no, come on. Like, in those instances, or even like with medication, like, or let's say vitamins and things, come on, you need to start taking your vitamins, you're unwell, this will help your health, come on. There are instances where I feel that the person doing the persistent asking is in the right, and I know it's up to each individual to be, like, it's my body, my choice kind of thing, or
Can you
I
hear
can
me
do what
now?
I want or not what I want. But I just wanted to see what everyone's thoughts were.
But it doesn't always work like that either. And you're right. I think, honestly, the person asking is probably more in the right most of the time than the other side, because of reasons you would ask for anything, right? But you're 100% right. And it's not just my body, my choice when it comes to that, because it could be a parent. It could be a brother or a sister, or someone who has some dependence, right? So it's not just impacting that individual when they're not taking medication, or when they're depressed, or when they're doing something bad. So.
And by the way, Michael, can I get 1,500?
I tell him no every time, by the way. He hasn't gotten anything out of me.
That's hilarious. I'm going to have to ask my friend that one.
Well,
Just
can I get
randomly.
what about $1,500? Can I have that?
I don't know.
Is that different? I didn't think that was different.
Oh, okay. Well,
Sounds a little better.
how about can I get 1,000 this week and 500 next week?
Tim.
We'll split it up. I'll tell you what. I'll give you over the next 1,500 days.
Mute
I'll pay it out to you. How
and then
about that?
unmute. Okay.
Right. I'll never get it. Man.
In Podbean gifts.
Right. Right. Win Zach's cash. That would
Yeah.
definitely be considered.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh man. So well,
Nope.
Brian, you're right. But what I
I tried
had the
muting
question
and
of is,
unmuting.
I never asked it. When have you not listened to somebody being persistent and you regret it?
I think they
That's
did,
what I want to
Dina.
know.
I think
Like
they
that
did.
persistence. When did it bite you? You just telling that person no. Can you think of a time to where you probably should have listened to them, and then it bit you in the butt because you didn't?
Good question.
Y'all hear me now?
All the time.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty good. See, in my personal life, the only person I have that's like persistent is Britt. And I get frustrated with her because she asks me the same question and I answer it, but she'll ask it 40 times in a different fucking way. And I answer at the same time every time. So it's not like I'm giving her an answer or not giving her an answer. I am answering the question, but I hate when people ask the same exact question with different words or a different way. That's what bothers me.
And that's what I think Solid was. That's the premise of Solid's question. That's the essence of it. She's saying, what happens with what do you do? What is that called? What is that person called?
Yeah.
How do you handle it?
That's called an assholes. No, I'm kidding.
Are they an asshole, or do they just not get it?
No, I think
not April 1st.
I think what it is they don't have the confirmation on the original question that they wanted. They don't have the answer they wanted, or at least exactly the way they wanted it.
Well, the show is going on.
So they are trying to, in their head.
I am listening.
It sounds like they're asking it in a different way that will make you answer it in the way that they want, but you don't. Like it's, they'll say, I'm trying to think. She asks me stuff all the time, right? And then I'll tell her, I'll answer a question. She'll call me later. Hey, are you going to do this? And try to ask it again in a different way every single time. But, I don't know of any examples of when someone was persistent to me and I regretted it. But I think there are several times where I wasn't persistent enough, especially in my job, and I ended up regretting it. That has happened quite a few times.
How about you? You said what now?
Yeah, I said all the time. I'm just thinking, I can't think of any individual instances, but the amount of times that I've thought to myself, I should have listened to that person. And I know it's all about hindsight as well, but, probably more like life advice kind of stuff, like my grandparents telling me to do things when I was young. And I, when I've got older, I've been like, I should have listened to them. Or even something more short term, like, my friends asking me to go on a night out or do something, and then you wake up in the morning and the group chat's lit and it's like everyone had a great time and saw this amazing thing, and it was like, I should have gone, so those are the ones that I'm thinking about.
Actually, I don't know, F1, you got a comment on it?
Can you hear me now?
Oh, let me fucking speak, you motherfuckers. Yeah. You know what? I repeat myself.
Hang up on you already.
No, she ain't.
You going next?
Can I speak?
Can I
speak? You said next.
Yeah, of course. No, F1. Heck, I was saying F1.
Sorry, F1. I love F1, man. F1's my boy.
I know you do. I'm just letting them speak if you wanted to. We're fine with it.
I'll just say.
Oh, go ahead, Cap. Go ahead, Cap.
Look, the reason why we always explain something over and over again to people is because we care. That, to my eyes, this is the only reason why we always do that. And sorry, Solid Blue, I love you to bits, man. I'm sorry. I apologize. But but on a serious note, the reason we go over and over again, we wouldn't go over and over again if we didn't care, would we? We would give up. And this is the thing, when we say things over and over again, it's because we give a shit. We
Well,
actually
that's
give a shit.
I guess we were asking like, so if your kids ask you for ice cream over and over again, you think they care
Yeah,
about
but
getting
no,
ice
but
cream?
obviously you know the level of moderation to give them. You know, if I've brought ice cream in the house, then I'm not going to buy you ice cream from the ice cream man. I'm not going to be an idiot. You know, everyone knows the movement. You know yourself. You know, until you grow and get older, you know about people. And like I say, the reason again, and I'm going to say it once more, and I'm going to shut up. And like you say, why do people have to repeat themselves over and over again to the same people? You know, like the reason why is quite simple. It's because you care, because you
Well,
actually try. You know, but I love
yeah,
you all, man.
I'm with you. I'm
And I
with you,
wish I
big
had
dog.
some ice cream right now, you bastard. But I love you
So
all,
what's
man. And that's go on, give me a question, go on.
well, I gotta go to Mike now since we starting over, and I'm gonna come back around to you, big dog.
No, I'm sorry, but thank you. I hope you listen to me wisely because this is the truth.
I believe I'm with it. I'm with it. Uh, Mike. So what
Can
if
you all
you?
hear me
All right.
now?
How about this? Who
Nope.
in this situation? Who is the problem? Like, or by I'm not quite sure who goes first. Who's the problem? Like, if is the initiator the problem, or you the problem for getting irritated? Because sometimes you know when people come into you like that. You know that person. Typically, you know the person, especially if it's in your personal life. They're persistent,
Yeah. Well,
and
let me
you
ask
get
you:
irritated with them.
is this something that's a necessity to them? And have you taken care of it for them already? Are they coming back for more, or is it just re-asking for something that you haven't done for them yet?
You saying no because you just whatever reason that's up to you. Like, I mean,
Because
how
it's
you
all
want to?
different. I mean, if
Yeah.
it's like Britt was asking me about certain stuff we had to do for the visa, like for her and I, right? And I'm a procrastinator, but I have no worry that I'm going to
Oh
get
no
it
no.
done. And you see, so but she keeps asking and asking and asking because she worries more about it than I do. She likes to have things done months in advance, whereas I know the timeline it takes, and I'm just whatever.
You're gonna milk it. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's not wrong for doing that, and I'm not necessarily wrong for doing what I'm doing. It's just two differences of personalities meeting. But if it's something like I did, and then she keeps asking me to do it, or like you gave someone money, they borrowed money, right? They went and spent it however they did it. Then they come back and like, hey, can I get some more money? Then it's like different. Then it's the initiator's fault, and then it gets annoying. But
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Bye.
I'm not too sure about that one. Could you repeat the? I was listening, as I know you're saying is who's
Daddy
in the
ears.
wrong. Which one is it?
Yeah. Like who? Like so in that situation, especially if you know that this person is persistent and they come to you and what like you're getting irritated with them, they're getting irritated with you. So who's right or wrong in this scenario? The initiator
Um,
or the person saying
I,
no?
I think I think it has to be about delivery. Who's in the wrong? Because in my last question about the person doing the question, the persistent asking, they could be the one in the right. They could be the one that's really caring about the other person and know what's right. So that's why I say it has to be about delivery. If you're being rude about it, then you're crossing a line and then you're in the wrong. But until that happens, you know, I don't know. I think it's kind of one of those things you just have to let the conversation flow. And when someone crosses a line and becomes rude, then they're in the wrong.
Hmm. It's kind of crazy how like with oil meets water because neither one of them are wrong for being them, but they clash when they get together regardless. And so
That's a
that's
great
always
analogy.
yeah that's crazy. That's just life, right? That's kind of like how life is. How about you, F1?
Well, I'm going to try and start breaking in and out of signal here, but I mean, it depends what they're asking. If they say they're asking for money, and you say, not today. I told you it'll be on Friday, and they keep asking, then I think they'll be in the wrong.
Right. The initiator, yeah. So I guess it does like Mike and Boss said. Caps.
Look, like initiating us, it's all about approach, isn't it? When you think about it, like, and
Good
if
point.
you want to be a proper person and like initiation and whatnot, I initiate good vibes, and some people don't, and like this is the problem. Like, but me generally, like I try my best, and that's all I can do, and I'm not perfect, so sometimes I'm not in that mode. But like, you know what? In this mode that you're thinking, you should always try your best. Like I say, like you repeat yourself every day of the week, man. If it's good vibes, then keep doing it, man. You know, because what you gotta lose, man, you ain't gotta lose shit. Keep them good shit in your fucking feelings. It's like someone going, "I'm never gonna train, even though I'm a fat fucker." You know what I mean? It's like you've got to always have that in your mind. Like, oh, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do better, rather than going, no. I'm glad I'm like this. You know? Yeah, I don't know. Initiation. You know, you can see it in so many respects. You know, you should help
Solid Blue said,
yourselves.
"Watch your mouth."
I'm sorry. Shit, I do apologise. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all
It's just the English in me. I can't help it. I'm sorry. Sounds like we're getting bombed over here, to be fair. But,
no.
but like,
This is,
oh, chill,
I
chill,
can
chill,
still
Will. I
hear
love
you
you to bits,
guys.
and everyone else, I love you to bits. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah,
uh,
but yeah.
this is a chat. I'm gonna hit the chat real quick. Dina Joe wants to know if the boys planned this. Of course we did. Absolutely. I called Bob up. I was like, "What are you wearing today? You wearing red, bro, for the takeover of Solid Blue show?" And then I was like, "Hey, Mike, you gotta come on later. You gotta wear your red. We're all wearing red today." And then I was like, "F1, yeah, man, you're gonna be out in the scenic. You gotta wear your red too." And then we
Y'all
gotta
are
all
wearing
call
red?
up and take this. Yeah, we wearing red, man.
I'm
We
wearing
need to get
red
the memo.
too.
Yeah, man. So we just called to take over the show. We're red day. This what's
I'm actually wearing
what's
red.
going?
I swear.
That's crazy. Oh man.
Let's go, brothers. I'm sure I got a spider fucking crawling on me. I'm swear to God. But
And
you know,
Lou Rock says caps. That's a good way to look at it. Lou Rock says he just had ice cream. What else? But when Zach's cash, yeah, it's Zach's here. Sorry, Solid Blue just got home. Ziller says, don't forget to hit the like button. Yes, Juju reminds everybody to hit the like button.
I
That's
knew
awesome.
crawling on me, man. I just blew it off me. Oh God, I need to get out of this
Yeah,
shit.
put some
God.
clothes on, buddy. Ziller,
That was horrible. Oh.
yeah, and you should be walking around with no clothes on. That's what you get. Uh, Solid Blue, no worries. Chill is handling the show. My mic isn't working. I'm popping. Got you. Hello. Oh, but man, I'm sorry if I mess up your name, but dear. But bro, I feel like such an American. I'm sorry, but hello to you as well. Awesome name, brother. You just gotta call up and teach me how to say it. Uh, and y'all, you can still hear us. Great, Solid. And she's laughing at us, y'all. We were liars too. She called us liars. We lying. We did. We did. We just well read and take over Solid Blues show day. That's what happened. Solid Blue says caps is your head in the shape of an F because he used so many F bombs.
Parallelogram it.
Michael Key says go follow RC underscore talk 24. Once again, go follow Romeo Charlie underscore Tango Alpha Lima Kilo 24 on
Now there's Chris
TikTok.
Wilson on there. The
Mike
seeds of
Classic
oh
colors now banned.
And solid, you did try to have my back, and I got suspended until today at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, and then I went on TikTok, just whatever, and then I haven't even done anything for a week, and they upgraded that suspension to a permanent ban.
Damn.
Wow.
What'd you get banned
See?
for?
you got
Yeah.
banned. Oh, Michael Key, what'd you get banned for? Being political.
Honestly, probably my comment when I asked the woman if she considered a trans man a man, and she said yeah, and I said, so it sounds like men then can have a say in abortion, right? and she didn't like that, and I
Oh,
think I got reported for that
I
comment.
don't think. I think it's because you had your clothes off. I really think. Y'all didn't have
Man, you
clothes off.
can't, mate. I've been reported for so much more than that. It's
I
unreal,
did
man.
know, solid. I
Trust
did know.
me. Yeah, no, but you
uh,
can't even get reported that much. Like, trust me, you should be able to do your own
uh,
show. I don't know if I've got a
let's all go
pass
get
or
banned on
something.
TikTok.
No, but
Nah, you get
on
banned on TikTok.
TikTok. Oh, if you're on TikTok, you're
That's
a weirdo
crazy.
It
anyway.
is
Oh,
No,
extremely easy to get banned on TikTok. Very, very
no,
easy.
but
how
if
is
you're
that?
on TikTok, you're a weirdo anyway. Like, to be fair.
No, oh gosh, here we go. Caps. Who doesn't have TikTok though? So you're talking like half the world weirdos. I just don't. I just know. I know that you
It's
can
a
shake your
Chinese
butt.
based company. Why the fuck would you want TikTok?
Yeah.
All it is some little dirty ass bitches sort of dancing
Oh
around on the
God.
fucking
Yeah.
on
Well,
videos. What the
Silent Blues
fuck? What
also
are
said I
you
tried
looking
to have. Oh,
for?
that's
What are
what
you
you
looking
talking
for?
about.
If you get banned
Yeah,
on
nah,
Pornhub,
I'm
then you know you really
seriously.
Universal
messed up.
terms.
Nah, you fucking weirdos if you go on that
This
shit,
is
man.
not the part where you don't
Like,
take turns, Caps. Yeah, you still gotta take turns,
alright,
bro.
I'm just being honest. I'm being honest.
I
Chill,
got
Will.
you. Yes, Ziller. Go ahead, big dog.
Can I
I
say
was trying to get
something?
along to you. Yes, of course.
Come on, man.
Oh, for God's sakes. Never mind.
Solid. No, say what you gotta say, Ziller. That's all
Um,
good, bro.
so what's the topic?
It's
Zilla,
persistency.
man.
Persistence. Do you like if someone has asked you the same question over and over again, and after you told them no on several occasions? How do you feel about that?
Why the hell do they keep on saying it then?
Tell them again, bro. Tell them again.
Well, here's the thing. I got a great one. Everybody keeps on saying why I have seizures, and half of the people on here.
Fucking no, because you have 56 Dr.
Caps.
Peppers a day.
Come
That's
on,
why. Oh, sorry.
Caps, bro.
Shut up, Caps.
Mute yourself,
Please.
bro.
You know I have seizures, Caps. You was the first
Oh, go
person
ahead,
that
man.
followed
Go
me.
ahead, bro. Yeah, don't go. Go ahead, bro. He just giving you shit. Don't worry
I
about
know
him.
Caps is a great person. He followed me
Yeah,
at first. He was the first one to follow me, so he's great.
yeah.
But
So you
anyways,
said what now? You said what now?
well, I have seizures, but I have these tiny seizures. But if you guys want to look this up, and Solid Blue, if I know you like looking up things, and Chilbo, you know you like looking up things. But if you, I'll put it in the chat if Solid Blue doesn't mind. I have a VNS implant, um, which allows the thing to go away very quickly, and um, it helps my seizures go away quick.
And so you don't like when people they tell you that you when they ask you they keep kind of reiterating that you don't have seizures or something, and they don't believe you or something, or is that what you're
Well,
saying? Because that's a
they
little bit different to what I'm asking. I'm saying if you're asking me, if I was to ask you specifically, uh, for I was just lack a better thought, like Mike, if you got $500, can I borrow $500? And you say no, and then I say, well, can I buy, can I borrow $500? Could I have it? Could I, do you have it? And I just in the same conversation, I'm asking you. You already told me no. How does that make you feel? You think it's something wrong with me, or is it something wrong with you? How do you feel about that?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Chill. Oh, I then I just walk away.
Oh, see, and that's what and coincidentally Solid Blue did to the show today. So hey, there's a lot of concurrence in this room today. Also, oh, hold on, I forgot something in the chat. It says
Oh,
Solid Blue says, "Hey, I'm doing a show with Ba on TikTok tomorrow in place of my show. Is that real? So you're not gonna do the show? Oh, that's Friday. So you don't normally have a show on Fridays. Well, she does the last couple of weeks, but she says she's doing it on TikTok tomorrow with Ba.
But
And so y'all
with
gotta tune
Bar,
in.
when Bar's on, he's like, bah!
And this just caps you're so dirty. This is Tuttles. So dirty you got banned on your own Discord. Oh, that's true. Is that true? Solid Blue says my mic may not work, but y'all need to watch your mouths. I didn't even say anything. Like I'm getting in trouble. I didn't say
No,
anything.
that's yo, chill. You want to watch your mouth, boy?
Boss says
No,
he's also a fan of looking up things. Oh goodness,
I'm sure that was
Juju
about
loves
me.
them.
I'm sure that was about me. But I
Juju
said
says
that.
what?
Enough love, man. I hope you don't have no fucking seizures, man. Seriously, I really do.
Oh, what is VNS? He's is a listen. Is it Vagus? Look, I went to Cleveland Public Schools. Nerve stimulator implant. A VNS is a device used to treat seizures when seizures drugs are not effective and surgery is not possible. VNS consists of a pacemaker-like generator that is implanted in the chest wall, and it is programmed by a physician to stimulate the vagus nerve in the neck.
Relation.
Oh goodness, you're like a kindergarten. You hear words. That's a horrible caps. All right, we starting to wrap it up. Casala Blue says start to wrap it up. And
Wrap it
yeah, I
up
appreciate
like a
everybody coming in.
present.
She keep warning y'all about y'all mouths as well. And yeah, so I guess we wrapping it up. It's almost time. I know the 2 hour mark is coming close, and Solid's not here to kind of defend herself. So I don't know it's getting on her nerves. She's not able to get my million faces on YouTube. I'm going back to that YouTube and looking at every single face too. I'm gonna screenshot it and send it to you.
No,
It was
I'm
a
not
good
being
show.
nasty. I love you to fucking bits, man. I just know I love you. Thank you for letting me call in, and I love you to bits. And you know what? Keep doing your shit, man. And I'm sorry to swear. I love you all.
Oh, caps, man. But yes, thanks to everybody for tuning in. Thanks, Michael, bye, everyone, for calling up. Um, and I see Juju, I see Prina, I see tell me y'all seen Rapper Room. See Tuttles, I see I don't know. I got some great names in here that I don't
Romper
want to mess up.
room?
Coltrane. Thanks to everybody for stopping in. Solid, is there something else you need me to put in there? Final words
She messaged me
before I go to
to
everybody else?
say about the TikTok show tomorrow at 1 p.m. We're going to trial it. I don't have 1,000 fans. Well, we don't have 1,000 fans on the Friendly Differences TikTok, so I
Well,
don't know if it's going to
Master,
work.
put it in there. Like that's the thing. I'm glad you said it because I had just that quick forgot. Put the TikTok in there as well in the chat so people can follow it now.
Did you try that
And
trick
you
I told you about?
It's just friendly_differences_pod.
Underscore what?
No, 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 no.
you said it will be on Silent Blue Sister TikTok. Is that what it's called? So this is conflicting information.
Hey,
Y'all need to get y'all ish together now. Don't make me start cussing.
That's it in the chat.
not
So
on
yeah,
Bob,
1 o'clock
stop.
tomorrow. We're going to try it.
friendly.
I
She
know.
told
What
you
have
to
I done?
stop. No, it's
Yes,
not on Friendly Differences. She
it's
says
on
it's
Salad
on
Blue.
hers. That's what she's saying. That's what I'm saying. Get
Oh
y'all
yeah.
stuff
So yeah.
together.
Well, that's what I was saying. So
Well,
we're
you
going
still
to
can
trial
follow
it with
those. They
but
still can follow
Solid
those,
Blue.
both of those.
Solid Blue has 1,000 followers, so she's going to go live and she's going to try and invite me. And I don't think it'll work because Jester and Michael Key tried the same thing last week, and I couldn't because I don't have
Solid.
1,000.
If you get me on there, I swear to God, I'll make your show blow up. I swear on my life.
She said it will work. Hold on, Caps. We're
Solid
trying
Blue
to get
Yeah.
something together.
Yeah, if you've got 1,000 followers, you can go on live for
Caps,
so
hold
long.
on, brother.
Yeah.
Hold on, real
Sorry.
quick. I want to so just to clarify everything, it's going to be on Silent Blue Sister TikTok. That's what she's saying. It's not, but you can also still go to what Bob typed in and follow both because they're going to need 1,000 at one point so they can do the show on the actual Friendly Differences podcast show on the TikTok. But it will work on Silence. So everybody go to Silent Blue Sister TikTok. That's what's going to be at.
Awesome.
Yeah. Any other last words? Mike? Start off, Mike.
No, I'm good. Appreciate it.
Bye.
No, thank you. Well done, Chilwell, for taking over. And guys, we did it. We wore red. We got our plan. Yeah.
Yes.
Well done. Well done.
Yes. F1
Yeah, I
on
just
the
want to
seat of
say, go where the wind takes you.
right.
Bye.
Well done.
Yes, Solid Blue has last words.
Bye.
Same time as my Podbean show, but it would be on TikTok. And so, what specific time will that be tomorrow? Let's get that out the way.
1 p.m. Pacific.
1 p.m.
No.
Pacific. See that?
Yeah.
So it's normally 7 though. It was 1 p.m. Pacific. All right, so that means 4 Eastern time. And yeah, because all right, cool. So we the same time tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. See y'all tomorrow. Chill, Will. I'm out. Blah. I ain't got no real jazz songs. I ain't got to hear the jazz song. I might sing y'all out. What y'all want to hear? Used
Sing
to
something
spend my
Backstreet
nights
Boys.
out in a bar room. Liquor was
Nice.
only love I know. There you go.
Keep going, Jill.
Don't be doing sweet when it's so wrong. Solid Blue, don't do me like that. See y'all later.
Oh, everybody that's on YouTube and Twitter, wherever else, guys. This has been a weird show, but thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.